Okay, the last shape we're going to be looking at, or the last solid we're going to be looking at, is a sphere. So when we find the volume of a sphere has its own special volume formula. And that volume formula is, volume is 4/3 pi times the radius cubed. Different formula than we've ever seen before, but not that bad to work with because we have some familiar pieces. I still have pi, which is still my 3.14, and this time I have radius. Now, I have radius to the third power, which, as a side note, does not mean radius times 3. It means radius times radius times radius. So I'm actually multiplying the radius times itself 3 times instead of just 2 times like we see in our pi times radius squared for area. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's put this formula to the test. So I'm finding the volume of my sphere, so I'm going to need 4/3 times pi, 3.14, times my radius, which is 5, cubed. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start by cubing my radius out. So I want 5 cubed, and if I do that, 5 raised to the third power, that's 125. So I have 4/3 times pi times 125. Now let's do this multiplication right here. I could do my 4/3 at any point in time, but I'm just going to save it for the end. So I want 125 times pi, and I plug that in, and I get 4/3 now. That comes out to be 392.5. Now I need to multiply it times 4/3. 4/3 isn't easy to convert as a decimal because it's got the 3 on the bottom, so we're going to have a repeating decimal. But what we can do is do 392.5 times 4 and then divide that answer by 3. So what it would look like is I would do 4 times 392.5, and then whatever answer I got, I'm going to divide by 3. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that right now. So I'm going to do my 392.5 times 4. That gets me 1570, and I want to divide that by 3. So 1570 divided by 3, and my volume, I'm going to write it over here on the side, is going to come out to be 523.333, repeating, which I know is 1/3. And there is the volume of a sphere. So it's got some different pieces. We have our radius cubed, something big to watch out for, as well as the 4/3, something different coming in here. At the very end, that just means whatever you've gotten, you multiply it by 4 and then divide it by 3. And that's how we're going to find the volume of our sphere.